Drive-In with Bobby Boyle. He and his wife Marcy are the owners and operators of this great establishment. And you've been here since when, Bobby?
We purchased, my family purchased the drive-in in 1991 and then reopened in 1992.
Great. And if you go back to the first days of this drive-in, it was established in the 1950s?
In 1959, August of 1959 was when it first opened. It opened under the name of Parkview Drive-In.
I remember it. So we lived here in the area. And then, starting then in the early 90s, you've really built it into a going concern with a new sort of a clientele. Maybe you could tell us, how many people would you have come here as paying customers in a year?
Well, we track adults more closely than we do children, but for the adults that we track, it's around 36,000 adults per season. And now this year, with a great tourist season, I'm assured it's going to be a lot higher than that.
Well, so 36,000 would have been what you'd say about 2015.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think this will be higher?
Yeah, when it's all said and done this year, I'd say it'll be higher.
And it's interesting to think about what that says in terms of what other things those people do and spend money on and where they come from and so on. Do you have any indication of how many of them would be from kind of off-island and on-island?
Well, we can tell. Usually it switches. Weekends are more islanders, and then the weekdays are tourists,
Yeah.
which kind of makes sense. The tourists, they come here on Friday or Sunday, and they're busy getting checked into their hotels or their cottages. But then throughout the week, it makes sense. They're looking for something to do at night, and the drive-in just makes sense for the tourists to come.
And during the season, which early May to the end of September, you've just closed?
We just finished up on October 2nd.
Great. And it's pretty much the equivalent of running a dairy farm, I suppose, as far as
well,
how busy you are.
There's a lot of long hours in it. Late nights, I've definitely noticed since my 20s now into my 40s that there's quite a difference staying up till 2:30 in the morning.
But hopefully still some of that includes counting the money.
Yeah.
Although I guess there's less of that.
That's my wife, Marcy. She handles that. So.
And what are you seeing in terms of the kind of the clientele and how that has changed over your now 25 years of this?
Well, the clientele originally for drive-ins was mostly horror movies and more couples on dates and whatnot. And over the years, we've definitely focused in on the family market. We haven't forgotten couples. We have many couples that come to the drive-in week after week and enjoy. We have a couple coming later this week to get their engagement photos taken here because that's where they met. Was their first date was here at the drive-in.
Right.
But we've definitely seen that families find the drive-in nostalgic and they want to show their children the way it was when they were kids. And there's not very many drive-ins left in North America, and we're lucky here on PEI to have the Brackley Drive-In.
I'll show them where the kids were conceived.
Yeah. Well, they could be back there in Conception Row.
But you get a real good house here. Lots of nights you're full.
Lots of nights we're full. Many nights we're at capacity, and sometimes it's even we scratch our heads and wonder, like Cavendish Beach Music Festival, which is a busy week here on Prince Edward Island. Everybody's out in Cavendish enjoying the country music festival. But the drive-in is sold out now for the last 3 years in a row during that same time frame. So families are also on PEI looking for alternatives, and the drive-in fits that bill.
Well, and you offer quite a service. You are now the only one on the island and one of a handful in the Maritimes.
Yes, we are. We're the only one on PEI. There's 5 English drive-ins in the Maritimes, and there is 1 French drive-in in northern New Brunswick. But and we're very lucky in the Maritimes too to have a thriving drive-in industry. There's other provinces like Alberta, for example, they don't have a single drive-in. There's been a few inquiries this year of people wondering, maybe with the downturn in Alberta, people looking for other opportunities. They've reached out to me and asked me how would I start a drive-in out here in Alberta. So
isn't that great? Yeah. Well, congratulations on what you've done here, and I know you finish up your season with that competition. Is it with the Nova Scotia Drive-In?
Well, it's the Nova Scotia Drive, 2 Nova Scotia Drive-ins, one in Cape Breton, one in the Valley in Nova Scotia, which is run by the Lions Club there, which is kind of a unique situation, and then also the Shediac Drive-In, the Neptune Drive-In in New Brunswick. And it's a friendly competition.
Yes, and you, for a number of years, outdrew the others.
Yeah, and that's how the competition is based. The Battle of the Drive-Ins, it's based on attendance and who has the most cars in attendance on Battle of the Drive-Ins Trunk or Treat weekend. And we've been fortunate enough to win the last 3 years. Now, unfortunately, this year, the way the weather was, it wasn't in our favor this year. We had a lot of rain on Friday night and beautiful night Saturday, but then rain on Sunday.
So this will be a kind of an opportunity to put out the challenge to anybody that wants to put that on their calendar for next year.
Definitely put it on your calendar next year. It's always the last weekend in September that we put on the Battle of the Drive-Ins Trunk or Treat, and it's just grown into a huge event now. I have people calling me in July and August, finding out what's playing that date because they're booking their airline tickets to come to that event. So we're pretty pleased on how that's turned out.
That gives some real meaning to the shoulder season.
It is. It's definitely extended the shoulder season. It's turned out to be one of our busiest weekends of the year, and it's at the end of the year, so it's.
Well, look, congratulations to you and Marcy, of course, and your family, extended family, and Savvy. I think she showed up, showed up in the picture here too. And good luck, of course, for the upcoming season, and thanks for what you bring into the community.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.